Hello everybody, Brad here today and welcome back to Project Hospital. I hope you're all doing okay. So welcome to episode 3 of our series of building a mega hospital. Welcome. Now I have got a louder keyboard today. I spilt half a cup of tea on my keyboard, so I've had to swap them out. This one's a little bit clicky. Clicky. So I'm going to try and use a bit of edge scrolling today, just to remove those annoying little clicks. So it's been a while, guys, since I've been in game. So in our last episode, what we were doing is we were filling out this general surgery department over here. So if we get that up, we can see this is a general surgery kind of what do you call it, like day clinic. And upstairs, more over here, we were building out labs. So over here we've got the hematology lab and we've got the histology lab. We haven't built microbiology just yet. So I was just kind of like looking here, thinking about what we're going to do in this episode today. And I saw that the game wants us to start either thinking about hospitalization for emergency. So that's building our trauma center. Or we could also start on this one, which is hospitalization for a specialized department. So we could start thinking about maybe building a small hospitalization department for general surgery. So I'm not too sure, if I'm completely honest, actually. So let's go to our insurance objectives. So what I was hoping for is this top one from the uninsured company. I was hoping that this was going to ask us to treat 45 patients and then give us some kind of monetary reward. Because I'm just trying to be a bit careful with our budget. So maybe because that isn't a monetary reward, we're going to get roughly 41 patients today, roughly. Yeah, so even just working towards that 45 could be quite tricky. I think we should start... This is a bit of a tough one. I think we should start building out our hospitalization at emergency, I think. That's going to send us 10 more clinic patients per day. And it will actually also open the intensive care unit to be built. So let's do that. Clicky click. Right. So our current ambulance drop-off is designated to here. Now we could change that if we wanted to. And down here, this is our radiology department. So what left do we have? So for radiology, we're going to need quite a few more rooms. We could get you could maybe squeeze at least one more room in there, like MRI or CT you could get in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 rooms. We've got one currently. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could actually start from where this ambulance drop-off is. I think that would be roughly about right. It gives us a nice big space for radiology, and we could always go upstairs if we needed to with more radiology rooms. I like to try and keep them on the ground floor because I think that's realistic. These bits of machinery are extremely heavy and bulky, so it's quite unrealistic to have them on not to the ground floor. So what we're going to need for the emergency department, let's have a look. So it's quite simple. We need an on-call room, nurses station, observation room and a trauma centre. Now what I'm going to do is, to complete this objective, I'm going to build it small, but I want to build it in a way that we can easily expand and upscale in the future. So let's go in and let's start to plan this out. So if we were to have a trauma centre, so this is going to be our ambulance. So how wide is that? That's 7. So if we were to leave that 7, let's just put that back as a corridor, like that. And then in that corridor, you can do things like you can have your little rest room. How big are these? These are 2x3, aren't they? And then your corridor is going to want to come up from here. So that's going to be a corridor. That's a corridor there. So let's just make that all one. Yeah, that looks nicer, doesn't it? Right, so that's going to be a corridor. And obviously the radiology room is going to go either side here. I don't think we'll actually build behind this line just to give radiology a bit of room. And this hospital's going to look a bit weird because it's going to look very spaced out, which is actually a good thing, I suppose. But it will start to fill in as we get more and more patients. It will start to fill in, so it will look a little bit strange, I think, in the first few episodes, but it will start to improve. Right, so that's our corridor. Then we can do something, we can say, well, let's just pop in a little restroom here, and you can do one here, couple doors on the sides, that could be the restrooms, just to make sure that everyone's got space to go for a wee or cheeky little poo. Right, now you want the trauma centre to be really easily accessed. There's no point having a trauma centre if these paramedics have to go through about 1400 corridors to get there. So if we were to say, what's this? Let's just go for a round number, like a 10 by 10, just for an example. Now, I can't put anything actually in these rooms, can I? No. Okay. So what I want to do is let's go somewhere else where we're going to have a little bit of room. Let's go over here, look. Right, and let's just start to think what... Because if you've been watching this channel, you know that I like to build my little trauma centres in little bays. It's what I like to do. Don't hate me. Right, so obviously we're going to need some kind of operating table. Is it an operating table that they go on? Yeah, I guess it is actually, isn't it? So let's pop that in the corner. So this needs an anaesthesia workstation, and we're going to go over red theme for our trauma centre. Okay, what else do we need? We need a defib on the wall. That's fine, there's no wall there, but we can get that in. We need a medical light to be over the bed, and let's have that going that way. And we need some kind of mobile workstation that can live maybe there. Chartboard and stuff can go in, sinks that can all go in after. Some kind of digital imaging, that's fine, I'm happy with that. Maybe we'll get that like there. And then we'll have a chartboard in. You do need a fast USG. So you could go, you can't go to the end of the bed. Can you go under this camera majiggy? You can, that means the anaesthesia workstation can't be used. So what if you went like there? No, I don't like that there. Okay, then you need some kind of equipment cabinet. I'm making these quite big actually, aren't I? Okay, then you could get like something above that, and something like disinfectant dispenser and a bin. That can't go there. Can you go there? Yeah, you can. So then you would have a wall there, there. I'm going to make you a little bit bigger actually. So you're actually you are 4 by 5 bays. That gives us quite a lot of space to do things like have disinfectant over here. I'm actually going to move that bin so they go just below the disinfectant, and then you could also get, you know, like your defibrillator on the wall. I think it'd be good to get maybe if we do like a wall like here, and then those have glass walls, and then if we have like a curtain, okay, so that just needs to be moved. Your privacy curtain goes there. So in theory, obviously it doesn't look like it could, it looks quite short, but that could actually be pulled right across there. Maybe a chartboard as well, just so people can keep up to date with what's going on with this patient. We'll get a cheeky little oxygen tank, that doesn't work there. Maybe that can go in the corner, like some emergency oxygen on hand. And that's really good. Now these are expensive rooms, yeah? So just looking from it, that cost about, looks like that was about $20,000 roughly, just from a really rough eyeball. So that's going to be quite expensive. Right, let's move this, well, we can move these down into this area. Obviously we're playing at the moment. So these are 5 by 4 I said, didn't I? So these rooms are going to need to be, was it 5 this way? I think it was, wasn't it? Let's just double check that. 5 this way, so for a corridor of 2, and then another, no, I don't do that right. 5, so that needs one more square. So it needs to be at least 12 wide. And if we want to go for like 2 bays in the early bit, it needs to be 12 by 4. And that's for the early stage. So it's currently 10. So that's going to make it 12. Let's just check that. 12. And then they're 4. So 4, 8. So that's going to be 4 bays. That's going to be 6 bays. And then what I think we'll do is it'll just keep, I don't think I'll build here, so it can just keep extending as we get a lot more ambulances. We are going to get more of these trauma patients coming in. So I'm really sorry about this keyboard. I hope it's not too annoying. Okay, so that's cool. And then we also need the on-call room and the nurses station. Now, I actually quite like to embed that into this trauma centre. So these need to be the minimum 4x3 for nurses and 4x. Oh, that actually is 4x3 for doctors' offices as well. So what you could do is you could have this go in. At the moment, we're leaving 1, 2, 3, 4. This, no, they're 5. Idiot. Like that. We're doing this as a corridor. So what we could do is, if we want these to be embedded into the centre, then we might have to think about doing something like extending this by, if I extend that by 4, making that all trauma centre, then what you could do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a corridor of 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, corridor of 1, then this in the middle, so you could do like a corridor there, and this in the middle becomes like nurses station, on-call room. So that could be quite a cool idea, and then that's like embedded in. I think that could be quite cool actually. I don't really normally plan this much. I'm quite enjoying this this little bit of planning. So I think we go for that, and we'll build it quite minimalistic at the moment, just ready for future when we have to upscale, but we don't have to scale at the moment. Right, so then what we'd do is we need to build foundations. At the moment we need to build them like that. Then we would have, what kind of walls are we going for? Just a brick, standard, like so. And then inside, oh, I don't know, let's go like a ready pinky tiley thing. And then you're going to have a nice big slide and double door there. There please. And then you'd also have one there. And then we can get like an, I don't know if I like that. That's okay. We don't need to put extra windows either side, because obviously that's going to be a loo. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do windows either side. I'm going to cancel that room there. And this will be like a little store for wheelchairs and little bits like that. Right, so then let's make this easy to get to from radiology, because quite a lot of these trauma patients are going to need to go via radiology to make sure that we know if they've got broken bones or anything like that. Right, okay, so let's go back in here. Now what we need to do is we need to say that this is going to be a corridor. Like, nope, not there. We're going to actually, no, oh wow, here. Let's make sure that's done. That's going to be a corridor wall. That's corridor. That's going to be a little loo in there. Okay, and we'll just go for like a white look in here. Let's just keep going around. Beautiful. Oh, it's my mouse. Am I okay? Is my mouse not okay? I don't know. Right, white door in this side. And that means we can actually go for a little toilet sign like there. I could just copy this one actually, couldn't I? Let's just copy that there. That just gets plonked. That's the toilet all sorted out for $424. And then our access into emergency needs to be a restricted double door. We don't want any Tom, Dick or Harry coming in here. Now I thought these, if I'm not mistaken, did I do this 3 wide in the end? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it just look a bit funny? That looks like it's not. I guess it is. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that is central, isn't it? It just looks a bit weird from my angle. Okay, so then at the moment that can actually stay as a corridor. No, this will actually, it will go to a trauma centre, won't it? So it'll be a bit like that. Planning only, not on foundations. How are you? Oh, because you go all the way down here. Yeah. Let's just cancel that room. Then what we have to do is go in here, say that this is a corridor, then it's all nice and green. This was obviously a toilet for somewhere else. That's going to be a little emergency restroom. Beautiful. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to here. We're going to move this. This is the move button here. Move the room or selected area. That should bring everything, maybe just except from the walls, down. And then the first one, I'm just going to pop in there. And then walls for here, we've got those pinky tiles, like that. And then this whole room is going to be pinky tiled. Make sure that's done across there as well. This needs to be, oh, my camera does that. Oh no, that's not the right one. My camera does tend to go a little bit crazy sometimes in Project Hospital. I don't know what makes it do it. Bit odd. Right, beautiful. So that's painted all the way across. Lovely. Right. So, just a few little bits. So we don't want windows on this side because you're not going to want someone looking in. What you could do, you could have like a tall window with blinds, or you could just pretend those blinds are always down. Because those buildings, they can look a bit weird if you don't have a window. So let's have a window like there. Obviously not one in the toilet. Go for a couple of windows there. And we won't worry about this because this is going to expand very shortly. Right, so what I was going to do is start doing flooring. So let's maybe go for like a pink strip around the outside. I find flooring and walls quite difficult in this game. I feel like I do always select the same ones, but it's not like you can go too crazy with it really. Oh really? Right, and then that's going to be pink tiles in the base. Then maybe like a white floor around that middle bit. Then that would be pink at some point with the other bays. And then I don't know, maybe like a pink strippy thing in the middle. It's very pink, isn't it? But some hostels can be very pink actually, quite like retro-ish, I guess, aren't they? Is a one corridor around going to be enough? I don't know if it is, and it is slightly bothering me that they're not the same size as well. So if we actually went in and done this for a moment, just all trauma centre, and then we actually said, right, we're actually going to give a corridor of two, and then that one can be, so that's a 4x4, so let's say, what's that, 4x5 at the moment? Come on mouse, 4x5. Then that can be 4x5 as well. I think I like that at the moment. Because if they're going to be pushing stretchers round and stuff like that, I think I'll prefer a little bit of a wider corridor. And then obviously we'll sort out the floor. So that's going to need to be white and that. And then that bit as well. And then these bits just need to be readjusted to be that little pink speckledy one. Okay. So then in, oh, what do you not like about the trauma centre? Planning only is because of this bit here, is it? So you do that, and that's going to be a trauma centre around there. Obviously this will be widened once we start to expand. Okie doke. And what we could do actually is say that's the nurse's nurse's office, that's a doctor's office. So then those are actually now both 5x5. Just give our staff a little bit more room. This will look weird until we start to expand it just more and more. So what we're going to need, like I want to do like a little reception area here. So can I go and copy from somewhere one of those like pharmacy desks? Yes. So let me copy you with a little stool, a cheeky little stool. Right, so if that was to go like there, and then we say that, how do I go in here, copy that, put that there, say that gets deleted, that gets deleted. Oh, I don't want that one though, do I? No, scrap that. Scrap that. I want one of these tables, which I don't think has the little bit of white writing, but I actually want that to go around. So if we had that like so, let's go to the pharmacy. Oh, it's been a while since I played this game. Right, is that a pharmacy? No. Where's pharmacy again? In here? Yes. Well, actually, can I get to it from here? No. Here? Yes. Right. This is what I want. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I played the game. Been a while. And then you could actually, well, obviously we, of course, need to get rid of these stupid walls. Okay. So like that. So how many nurses do we need for emergency? We need one nurse apparently. One nurse in the day and one nurse at night. Okay, so if we go for 2, so we can also get one here. What colour stools was I going for? I was going for black. Okie doke. And then obviously we'll change this floor to be like so. What else do we need in here? We need like some kind of like equipment cabinet. So that can go on the back wall. Then like maybe one more. The wheelchairs are going to be going down here. Get a different colour. We'll keep at least one stretcher there. And then maybe we have like a few, well, a couple there at least. Okay, and then so that's actually all we need for a nurse's station to be functional. And we can think about other bits in the future, like, you know, it'd be cool to get like some scrubs. We'll get some scrubs in at least. And a couple of decorations here, just so it's not a horrible place to work. So get a little chartboard to keep track of the patients, a little notice board maybe. Maybe like a little cactus on the front desk, and then maybe can't get the fire, like disinfectant tools can go. Can I not there you go. On that one there. And I thought it might be cool if we get in like a wall that would go in maybe like here, here, a bit like that maybe. But this will all be glass. I'm just trying to make it look a little bit different, just so it's not all completely the same all the time. You don't like that because of the notice boards, I believe. So I can, if I delete that one can go there, the chartboard can go there, and then I believe it will let me place that window in there. It's just something a little bit different. We're going to want, let's put a window in for the moment, but that will expand in the future as we start building out our trauma centre. So that's actually a completely functional nurses station, a completely functional trauma centre. We just need a doctor's office. So this is going to be a little bit more formal. I'd say you'd actually probably, in a doctor's office, probably have like a wall all the way along, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, that one needs to be a cheeky little window in there. We can do like a bit like that and have maybe like a restricted access door on it. So like the doctors have really good visibility. They can always see out. They can always see out, but it's like a bit more enclosed, a few more walls. It's a bit more like sound sensitive and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm probably just waffling, but I'm just trying to make it be like as realistic as we can. Really, I'm trying my hardest, guys. Okay. Little printer, little paper holder, because I assume it's the same. Yeah, one doctor in the day, one doctor at night, and then we'll go for like maybe a bookcase, maybe like some little card files. And then maybe like a nice little plant by the door. Little plant. Maybe a little plant by the door. I think that's quite nice. And then we'll just scale this up as we go along. Right, so what else would we need to do? Let's go in here and we'll say that this is emergency trauma centre. Maybe like red. And get those like, this is trauma. Don't come in here, else you will die. I mean, I hope you don't, but you know. And we'll just get a couple of like little bits out here, like if you need to wait outside for someone, make sure we've got like some little bit of water if you need to get a little drink of water. I love the waiting room props, but I've gone modless in this series. I'm missing them. Okay, so that's a very basic trauma centre, very basic. Now for the moment, I'm actually tempted to go one nurse, one doctor, because it can take a while until we start to see people coming in. So Mary down here has got clean feet. She's a hard worker. Patient care 19%. Have we got anyone that looks good with like good clinical nursing? Margaret's pretty good. We're not sure what the other hidden perk is. Rachel's pretty good actually. Yeah, she's got clean feet. She likes her food. But you know, who doesn't? I think I'm going to go with Rachel. And then she's going to do everything at the moment. And then Doctor... Well, anesthesiology is a little bit pointless. I swear to God, my dog is constantly barking. So sorry if you can hear him. So maybe we go advanced diagnosis rather than anesthesiology. So like Fraser's good at night, so we could maybe have Fraser for the night. He's expensive. But maybe we'll go Fraser at night. And then in the day, we could maybe go for... Mary looks pretty good actually. So what's the difference here? Oh, actually Joseph's much better and is actually cheaper as well. So let's go Joseph. And then a night nurse. Let's go for Mary. If you come here at night, you might die because Mary hasn't got a clue. And then that should be all good in terms of janitorial stuff. Janitorial? I don't know. Because people from over here should be able to wander over and start to clean over here. Now, because we're going to be opening this at night, let's make sure we get another janitor for the night shift. These are all pretty crap, aren't they? Let's refresh the list. Any good ones? Oh yeah, Sarah's pretty good. She's late into work, but other than that she's pretty good. Okay, here is our trauma centre. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out actually. Very small, but hopefully it'll scale up nicely. And as we start to get more ambulances coming in with patients, that'll work out quite nicely. So we need one more room here, which is the observation units, like the emergency ward. So now we've sorted this out, let's just start to plan where this is actually going to go out to. So we're going to need this to go an extra 7 back. So it'll be like that. So that's going to be the width of the trauma centre. And then we're going to want to save this space for radiology. So maybe what we do is have some space for a corridor to go along like there. And then maybe our observation room, which is over here. So how wide is this? 5. Okay. So let's just build this a minute. Just thinking about, and then we've got a corridor. So then like you could go up the corridor. If we got rid of... It's just those windows. Get rid of those windows. Put some walls around it. We'll just go for that wall at the moment. Brick on the outside. We'll worry about the finer bits of detailing a little bit later. Popped in. Alright, let's do the bays first. Right, so I'd like to do the same for the wards. So if we went into a hospital bed and we popped that in the corner, let's move it 1 up actually. And we're going to need a life monitor. This one's 1199. This one's actually cheaper. So we've got a life monitor in. What about a little mobile workstation like there? And then the other wall would be coming down here like so, with maybe like a little one window in between, nothing too crazy. And then a little bedside cabinet. And if you have watched me for a while, you know I like to put a little chair in so your visitors can come in. Let's go for black chairs. Have a little sit down with a family member or a friend. What I want is a little table. 139.50. Oh, no brainer. No brainer. I have to be cheap and cheerful here. Little flower. See, they're a bit wider. See, these are a bit like the wider bays, but they're nicer, aren't they? A little bed socket to go behind the bed. One's cheaper actually, 199, and they're the same price. So you want me to put a defibrillator? We'll have 1, I think, for the ward. Bin will have 1. So I think that's the rest of it. So then here could actually have. So how big? So I want words. I'm going to want 2 on each side. So if I go for a privacy screen, and we'll go for like a bit of a, like a brown, like a nice purry brown, and that went there, then that is, so these are 5 by 3, so a corridor of 2, 5 by 3, so that would go there, like so. Let's build that out, and again for the moment we're just going to have this a little bit like that. Go to that wall, this wall will extend out to there, this will become just one observation room, like so. We could get a cheeky little double door windows in here, copy that bay, and we'll go for 2 bays for the moment. That will go there like that. This window gets deleted. We go for a little pink window here. This is going to be this wall. I don't know why. I've just decided that on the spot. Like so. Let's make sure this is all the same. So you would go down there, across, up there. I think that's everything. Just needs this side doing. I think that's good. You're going to be brick, and in here we're going to have our corridor format of wall down there. You're going to be brick, and then I think I'm going to get another double door just to segregate this a little bit. It will look really small and a little bit unorganized at the moment, like I said, guys, because it's not, we haven't scaled it. You know, there's no scaling to be done yet because we're going to have just so few patients coming into here. So let's get a couple of windows out. I'm actually going to go there, delete that one. In terms of floor, let's go maybe tiles in the little wardy bit, and then maybe just like the standard corridor tile everywhere else, because that's now functional. This whole area is now completely functional. Obviously nurses and doctors are going to have to travel from this area out down into the ward. I don't think that'll be too bad. We can always, if we actually get to the point where we're going to need a lot more doctors and nurses and more observation in our observation room, we can actually just build an extra doctor's office and an extra nurse's station in here. That's not going to be a problem. But that's scalable because this room can basically scale this way. The trauma centre is going to scale that way. That's the idea. And radiology is going to scale up to here. So these units, oh, I just put my hands to the monitor. That's cute, isn't it? But obviously you can't see my hands. So this bit will actually like start to bunch together in here. But it needs time to mature. So this is our objective complete. So we built out our emergency hospitalisation. That means we can now, we're now going to have more clinic patients coming in basically. And actually this means that our kind of like daily estimated patient intake is going to be roughly 46. So it could mean that we could get this objective completed now. This treat 45 patients. Right, that's that one. It's asking to cancel that. Oh, did I do another one? Oh no, that was the one. Sorry, yeah, that was the one. So then that gave us the ability now to unlock intensive care. So there we go. That's okay for the moment. It is pretty small, pretty pokey, but I'm sure that will be absolutely fine. Now what we can do now for the rest of the episode is maybe just to go through and treat some patients. We're going to be going to the evening, so if it does go to evening I will just skip if we don't get many patients coming through in the evening here. Okay, so we've got any patients in at the moment? Oh, we've got these guys. Where are you going? You've been treated, you've got contact dermatitis. This lady's coming out over to our general surgery department, so we're not sure what's wrong with her. She's been given some analgesics, so some drugs for pain at the moment. All we know is that she suffers from some abdominal pain. Okay. So I guess there's lots of things it could be. Also, we haven't got infectious diseases, traumatology, or internal medicine yet. So let's have a look and let's see what the doctor... Well, she has had quite a lot of stuff done already, actually, it looks like. Geez, okay. So she's coming in to see Elizabeth Lee. Let me know if you want to be named as any of the doctors, guys. Let me know if you want to be a doctor in the series. So what's Elizabeth going to do? She's going to do some serological sampling. Did that go to histology? Hematology, okay. Oh, of course, serotypes. Yeah, that makes sense. So I assume Linda's now going to go upstairs in the lab. Wait for that to be done. Yeah, okay. So we can see what happens with Linda. Let's favourite Linda. And then, no, favourite please, thank you. So my mouse sometimes just doesn't want to work. Right, so who have we got here? We've got Frank Rodriguez over here. So he's just going for an interview. It looks like he's got 3 hidden symptoms. So he's got some itching. Let's do a physical exam of Frank. What is itching? I might not want to know, Frank. Hopefully it's nothing too bad for you. Bit of athlete's foot. Okay. So he's just going to have some antifungal ointment and then he's going to be all done and lovely. Here we've got John Miller. So John Miller is actually suffering from some breathing problems. Well, let's make sure we open up his airway. We'll have a little look at his chest and his thorax and just do like a general physical exam. Let's assign you. Who's this? Oh, she's actually now going home. Let's wait until we get some. Have we got some night doctors coming in? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's wait for one of these to come in. So here we have Casey Clark. Okay, right. So John, yep, you're going to be assigned to Casey Clark. Lovely. Let's make sure you've got some bronchodilators, and we'll start to have a look at what's wrong with you. So it could be a chest contusion or it can't be broken ribs because we haven't got the orthopedic department. So it must be a chest contusion. Don't bother with the x-ray. Assume just numbing ointment. So we'll give him a numbing ointment. We'll also give him a little ice wrap. We won't bother with those two. We know it's a chest contusion. It's actually 54%. Is that going to go up after we've done... Nah, I'm sure he's fine. Right, Linda. What's happened with my old mate Linda? So your serological sampling didn't reveal anything. So there's loads more we can do. So let's have a look at Linda here. So what? It's just abdominal pain for the moment. Okay. So maybe let's do an X-ray on her chest. Would that? Ooh, I don't know what that would solve. Maybe. I'm just thinking maybe more lab tests at the moment. What a quick. Let's maybe do PCR, CBC, and maybe urine. For the moment, let's follow Linda. So she's going to get those samples taken now. I'm slightly worried about her actually. Okay, right, I'm going to make sure that Linda gets these tests done and I'll see you again, guys, once the lab results have come back, okay? Okay, she's been called in by the doctor. Have we found anything out about Linda? No, it doesn't look like it. So the moment she's going to go back for elastase. Let's just do stool. I just don't really want to do the biopsy unless we absolutely have to. But we might have to. I assume she's going back up to the lab to give us some more samples for the elastase test. Yeah, okay. So she's now going back to doctor, and then the doctor will sort out the ELISA and the stool collecting. And then if we absolutely have to, we'll do the biopsy. Could need something like an MRI or a CT. Biopsy would be good. It's just very high discomfort. I don't want to cause Linda really high discomfort if she's if she doesn't need it. Come on, Linda, what have you got wrong with you? Yeah, so even the doctor now has actually organised a biopsy. To be honest, while you're waiting for that, Linda, you might as well. You're about to leave. No, don't leave. You need to give us time. I suppose we can't hospitalise her, can we? Financial crisis causes 15% lower insurance payments. The bastards. Okay, right, we're going to continue the saga of Linda in the next episode, guys. I'm going to keep her as a favourite, so we see. I think she's actually just going to leave, to be honest. unless maybe in the next episode we can really quickly maybe get some hospitalisation sorted out for general surgery and quickly get her in some type of like regular ward. Just waiting for these lab tests to be done. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the episode today. Really happy to be back in the game. Happy to be back doing YouTube. Hopefully travel will be limited again with work. I hope so. So I can continue doing this for you lovely people. Thank you so much for supporting me on the channel, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you very shortly in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel down below if you haven't done so already. And please feel free to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Have a great day. See you later.